Hi everyone. In today's video, I'm gonna go over the basics of diet and exercise. So these are the two most common areas where people struggle. And so what I did was I made a cheat sheet that's available for free. If you sign up for my newsletter, you'll get this cheat sheet. And I'm just gonna go over all the stuff that I'm putting in it because I want people to um, kind of get a feel for what's going to be on the cheat sheet in case I want you to know if it's going to be something that you're actually going to do, because there's no use in downloading something if it's not stuff that you're able to do. So as far as diet, this is the section for the morning. Every morning, it's good to start off your day with hot tea or warm lemon water and apple cider vinegar. And the reason for this is warming up your stomach is good for the digestion. You don't want to just start off eating a bunch of cold food on a cold stomach. You want the stomach to be warm. This is taught in Ayurveda because they know that the stomach needs they call it the digestive fire. Um, so this is how the stomach is more efficient at digesting food if it's warm. So always start your day with something hot or warm. And lemon water is really good as well. That's good for the stomach. And apple cider vinegar is one of those really versatile, amazing drinks. It doesn't taste so great on its own, but when you mix it with lemon water, there's a lot of different ways you can use it actually. But what it does is it suppresses the appetite. So if you're trying to lose weight, this is a great thing to drink at any time of the day, really. But it's usually recommended to drink in the morning. And then also the first food that you want to eat, make it be fruit. And the reason for that, it also goes back to Ayurveda, is because fruit digests very quickly. And so if you eat fruit with something that takes a lot longer to digest, the fruit will sit in your stomach. And then we all know what happens to fruit that sits. It gets goes bad, and so that will affect your digestion, and that's how you get gas and other digestive issues. So always eat your fruit alone, never with meals. I usually eat I eat it first or alone with with a couple of hours on either side, but it's okay to eat first because it will digest first. And for breakfast, you want a moderate-sized breakfast of whole unprocessed foods. And then in the morning, this is the exercise routine. Gentle exercises, sun salutations, yoga, walking, and qigong. And the reason why these are recommended for morning, well, the sun salutations is a yoga sequence that helps the body wake up. They're gentle. So anything that's gentle like this in the morning is a great way to gradually um, work yourself into the day. So when you're doing yoga, I wouldn't do anything real strenuous. Most yoga is pretty gentle anyway, but just kind of stick to the stretching type yoga. And then walking is amazing. That's probably one of the best things you can do in the morning, especially when the sun's coming up. And qigong is great as well because that's a very low impact, um, it doesn't take much energy. So that's another great one to do in the morning. All right, moving on to the afternoon, evening. So this is basically the middle of the day. Um, Anytime after noon and before, 5. So for the diet, you want a large lunch of whole unprocessed foods. And the reason why you want a large lunch is because the sun is the hottest in the middle of the day, and this is also when our bodies have the most digestive fire. We have the most energy at that time of day to digest. So this was traditionally done many years ago. People would eat a large lunch, and then that would carry them through the day. And the reason why this has changed is because now we have people working 9 to 5 jobs, and then they might get an hour for lunch, if that, and people aren't going to be cooking, obviously, if you're at work. So people usually bring a small snack to eat, and then they modern times people eat large suppers, and that's the complete opposite of the way that we should eat. The largest meal of the day should be lunch. So what you want in your lunch is whole grains, lean protein, vegetables, unrefined carbs, and healthy fats. A nice mixture of these is great. So this picture here shows something similar to a Buddha bowl. If you've heard of those, they were real popular a couple years ago, but they're never going to go out of style really, because what they are is just all of the healthy foods in one bowl. So you're getting all the food groups. You're getting the grains, the protein, the vegetables, the carbs, and the healthy fats. So that's a great example of a large lunch. And then in the middle of the day, the exercises, you have moderate to intense exercises. This is the time of day when your body is better equipped to do those types. Cardio and aerobic, strength training, a minimum of 20 minutes a day. And this does not have to be every day. There's so many loose rules about exercise. Um, so it depends on your body type, and it depends on what you can do. It depends on how the rest of your health is. But generally, they recommend a minimum of 20 minutes a day of these types of exercises. So then moving into the nighttime routine section, for the diet, you want a small dinner. And the reason why dinner is called supper is because it was originally thought of as a supplement. It's a supplement meal for the day. It's not the main meal. So make sure that this is a smaller meal than your lunch and your breakfast. And this should be 2 to 3 hours before bed. So depending on your metabolism, some people need to eat every couple hours. And so that's fine. Like 2 hours is good as long as just never go to bed right after eating. That's one of the worst things you can do. If you can get by, even having 4 hours before bed is perfect. So you want your dinner to be whole grains, lean protein, vegetables, healthy fats, and only a few carbs, because you're not going to be burning those carbs off. And then before bed, it's a great idea to have a calming tea. And I stress calming because not just any tea. You don't want to have anything with caffeine. You don't want any kind of stimulating spices or herbs in there. So make sure that it's something like chamomile or lemon balm, something like that, before bed. And then, of course, you don't want to drink that right before bed either. I usually drink my tea right after my supper, and then I wait about an hour or two before I actually go to bed, because you don't want to have to get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. And then the nighttime exercise, this is not really considered exercise. It's more just stretching and gentle yoga moves, meditation. That should not say mediation. That should say meditation. So anything that's gentle and slow, generally slowing down all of your activity a few hours before bedtime. So after the sunset, that's when you want to start doing things like reading a book. If you are into, I don't advocate it, but most people watch TV, so that's a fine time to watch TV as long as you're not on the couch for 5 hours. So kind of do some kind of a nighttime routine that involves meditation, journaling, and things like that, things that are calming for the mind. So here is the free cheat sheet download that you can get when you sign up on my website for the weekly emails and tips and all that fun stuff. So this is a good cheat sheet to print out and put on your refrigerator, because it's got all the basics, everything that if you'll never forget what to do. So everything's on here, and It's a nice handy reminder and motivation. The link for that is in the description. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.